Bryan, are we right that you have a smile on your face this morning with the announcement about this producer offset? It was slated to drop from 40% rebate to 30% from July this year. We know that you have been doing the rounds in Parliament House. You've been in the offices of those politicians, and the announcement's just emerged from the Communications Minister, Paul Fletcher, that it's not going to change and it won't be reduced. Is it good news for you?
Yeah, no, it's very, very pleasing news. It was a very important decision to make. It would have affected the industry greatly, and a lot of films that we're used to seeing, whether you go from Red Dog through to The Dry now, those films probably wouldn't have been able to be made. It's a big deal, and it's back now. They're not going to change. Paul Fletcher, the minister, we spoke with him, and he went to the Treasurer and to the Prime Minister, and they saw the value in not changing it. So we're very pleased.
Well, you had a few good people with you there, of course. There was charm, and there was sort of handsomeness, and there was people who were able to talk.
You're talking about me now, are you?
And people who were able to talk the leg off a chair. I imagine...
Oh, now you are talking about me.
I imagine you made quite a formidable group, Bryan. Were you welcome wherever you went?
Yeah, look, I actually find it fun going down to Parliament House because I think they live in a bit of a bubble down there. They don't get the opportunity too often to see the outside world. I mean, I'm sure they do, but they're very intensely caught up in whatever their ministerial duties are. So when you go down there, everyone wants photographs and everyone wants a chat. Which of course helps break the ice. I mean, I think that's one of the things that's very handy about being in the game that I'm in, that you're in. People do know us or have known us. They feel like they know us, and so the ice is broken so that you can actually talk about the things that are important quite easily, and they're willing to listen, and that's what happened.
Just remind people what the issue here was, what the reduction of that 40% to 30% rebate was going to, how it was going to play out.
Well, part of the financing of Australian films, and let's get it right, the financing of not just Australian films, but these days offshore productions that come here, get given, as a part of their budget, they get given an amount of money from the tax department. And that is, for Australian films, has been 40% of the budget comes back and is part of the financing. Now, with the offshore production coming in, they were raising that to 30%. And we also needed to raise television to 30%. So the government thought, therefore, let's drop the film down to 30 so everyone's on an even keel. That was an enormous hit to the making of Australian films. And quite truthfully, certainly if you're going to decide who's the most important in your own country, making your own films is far more important than making Yank films here. So we fought to retain our 40%. While the 30% was given to offshore. And the government saw the sense in that, and I congratulate Paul Fletcher and the Prime Minister and the Treasurer in listening and making a decision in the favour of our own industry.
Did you get to meet many pollies there, Bryan?
I met them all.
You met them all? Okay.
Tell me which one I didn't meet.
What about the streaming issues? We spoke about that last time you were on the show, that the worry that Netflixes and Amazons, etc., aren't going to have aren't going to be paying perhaps what they could be paying or should be paying when it comes to putting money into the industry here in Australia.
Well, look, the fact of the matter is they take about $2 billion revenue, somewhere up to near that figure, from our subscribers. And we're asking, like the rest of the world does, that part of that money that they're getting from our subscribers gets put back into our industry. And on the government's, well, at the moment, the discussion was 5%. We think it should be 20%, in line with another couple of countries out there. So those discussions are well underway. And I think the thing that's good here is that we are aware that our minister now is very much the Minister for the Arts and Film and Television, and his ears open as to what does the industry need, as is the Prime Minister and Treasurer. So these discussions will be hard and tough discussions, but we know that the commitment of our television and film industry is actually of importance to the government.
Sure. Well, it's good news. I tell you what, if I've got a topic that I need lobbying, I'm going to bring in Bryan Brown. He's obviously very effective.
Mate, look, that's fine, but if you've got a car that needs a tyre change, don't bother ringing.
Hey, good on you, Bryan. I'm glad it's good
Thanks,
news.
mate.
Cheers,
Thank
mate.
you.
Cheers.
Thanks, all the best. Bye-bye.
Bryan Brown, Australian actor. And the news that the producer offset was slated to drop from 40% for Australian films to 30% from July, and that has been reversed.
It was a pretty good delegation he went with there. Simon Baker, Justine Clark and Marta Dusseldorp.
Yeah.
They're irresistible, I should think.
That is star power.
That is the star power right there.